Welcome back, Positively Incorrect TV with your host, Scott Cluthe. My special guest today, it's Anisa Aven, the president of TurnKey Coaching Solutions and a true manifester and teacher of the first degree. Anisa, great to see you again.
Thank you.
You know, I want to talk about money and manifestation and spirituality, because the truth is a lot of people may have great values spiritually or may have great desire to earn the bucks, but sometimes people look askew at each other for what they've chosen to manifest in life. How does spirituality and money mix?
Well, you know, the challenge is exactly what you said, is that we have a history of being taught that they don't mix, that you cannot have money and spirituality, or that you cannot be extremely wealthy and still have absolute spiritual integrity. And the bottom line is that's a false belief. And as long as we do not reconcile those limiting beliefs, then the folks who don't reconcile that, they're going to have trouble manifesting the success they really desire. And so my suggestion for aligning their true desires with the belief that they deserve wealth is just that, is to accept that, wait a second, that I've been promised that all I have to do is ask and you shall receive. So what is it about this fear of being too wealthy that is blocking me, is holding me back? Am I really going to become a Scrooge if I become too wealthy? Am I really going to be asked by all my relatives to have to foot their bills if I have too much money?
Probably,
yeah,
but I'll just leave that.
Probably. Will I have to pay too many taxes? All of those limiting beliefs actually prevent a person from being prosperous. But likewise, too much spirituality where someone says, well, I'm not godly or spiritual if I have too much money. Well, guess what? Ted Turner gave $1 billion to the United Nations.
Right,
it wasn't
exactly.
because he was impoverished. It was because he had it to give. So my challenge to anyone who hasn't quite got the two mixed together,
right,
is to take a moment and write down all the glitches that you have. Anything that you've ever believed about money is bad, or I can't be both spiritual and prosperous, get it out on paper and start crossing it off. Use EFT or some other methodology and get rid of it so that you can be more prosperous and thereby more giving and more supportive of the transition and transformation that we're all trying to make here.
Is that an example of maybe even some of the techniques you use with anyone, whether business people or entrepreneurs or artists that you work with in your coaching?
I have CEOs that will get on the phone and do tapping with me, and will even ask for it. I have one client that says, why aren't we tapping yet?
Why aren't we?
And he's a CEO,
I'm all tapped out, that's why.
Exactly, of a multi-million-dollar company. So that's one of the techniques.
Very good. Anisa Aven, my guest here on Positively Incorrect TV, your host, Scott Cluthe. By the way, go to my website, scottcluthey.com, and check out Anisa's at anisaaven.com. Stay with us for more here on Positively Incorrect. Welcome back, Positively Incorrect TV with your host, Scott Cluthe. It is great to have you out there, and so glad you've stuck around. Later in the show, it is Seymour Foxhole with our commentary from the black hole. But now, a much more attractive alternative. It's the very attractive Anisa Aven. Hello, Anisa. How are you?
Great.
Well, speaking of that and the law of attraction, let's talk just for a minute or two about attracting the relationship we want. Because you can have all the money in the world, but you can't buy love, as the Beatles say. No. There's some interesting concepts and attempts at it, but Charlie Sheen knows the truth.
I don't think we can go there in today's show.
Well, I could, but you can't.
I know.
Go ahead.
Yes, you can absolutely. In fact, we are always attracting or repelling love. The more love we give, the more we attract love. The more difficult of a personality we have around relationships, the more of a male basher a woman is, the more they are going to repel the men. The more of a it works both ways, right? So I don't have to even explain that.
Oh, you can go ahead and bash the man a little. You know, there's plenty of terms you could use.
Yes, there are, on both sides.
How about that?
on both, gold digger, how about that? So the point is that Can you use the law of attraction to improve a relationship or to attract a relationship? That not only can you already are. My question to a person that might be interested in that, I'm single, what does she mean I can attract my relationship? I mean, start beginning to notice the kinds of qualities in people around you that you enjoy, and then foster that in your imagination. Begin imagining yourself in the future having a relationship with someone that is kind, that is compassionate, that is generous and loving and supportive and all of the above. And what you will end up finding is you'll begin seeing that more and more people begin coming into your life that are aligned with that.
Yes.
And then when you date someone that's not, look at them as a sign of land. Oh, that's what I'm attracting, not what I want.
Right,
Let me readjust.
right.
And then you move
Okay.
past that sign of land to the next one and the next one. And you allow yourself to keep fine-tuning that beautiful work of art until you get what you want.
Well, that's part and parcel of your key work that you've been doing for so long. How do people reach you to find out about the coaching, the law of attraction work, and TurnKey Coaching Solutions? A little bit of different information, but let our listeners know.
Thank you
What's the best
so
way
much.
to reach you?
Thank you, Scott. The easiest way to find me, and like I said, I do independent, visionary, executive-style coaching for corporate executives and business owners who want to use intentionality to grow their prosperity and their fulfillment. Oftentimes, I work with conscious leaders who want to make a difference in the world, and that they can find on, and as well as learning about the law of attraction and how to manifest a mate and some of my other programs. That is at AnisaAven.com.
ANISAAVEN, AnisaAven.com.
Yes. And then my other business, which is a global scalable coaching, is TurnKeyCoachingSolutions.com.
So they can find out all the details there. They can find out what it takes to get involved. And hopefully they could even get a chance to talk to you and maybe even be coached by Anisa Aven, right?
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Positively Incorrect TV.
It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. And thank you. Stay with me. I'll be back with more with Seymour Foxhole and the Black Hole here on Positively Incorrect TV with your host, Scott Cluthe.